Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build video. And today I am creating these Ravenwood townhouses. Now originally I wanted to make some Romanian townhouses, and then I researched them and I was like, oh, so bright, so colorful, and I was like, I hate that. Not that I hate Romanian architecture, but personally I despise creating bright, colorful houses in The Sims because it just always looks extremely out of place unless it's like, I don't know, so much sunny like Solani. So I was just like, oh, this is really like something I really need to go and like dip my toes into. Like I really need to explore it. And I think I might, not now, not anytime soon, but I might one day come back to it because it's also the same as San Francisco. Like I'm not the biggest fan of San Francisco, building San Francisco's brightly colored homes, but I will happily do them. It's just, it's a bit extravagant for my taste. I have built bright and colorful houses on the outside. Like, for example, a lot of Zimbabwean houses are quite bright on the outside, and so is Brighton houses. And I've also done like Brighton-inspired British coastal houses as well. So it's not something that I'm completely like, I'll never do, but it is something that I'm just like, oh, okay, I need to really think about it and really think of how I'm going to go about it. Because I even tried to like emulate some aspects within these townhouses. There's going to be the last one, the white one, which I'm not even anywhere near building because right now I'm building the abandoned one. The last one, the white one, I even wanted to do some like teal colored kitchens and stuff like that. And I think one of the biggest issues as well is that the wall height is on a medium. So if I tried to make those townhouses quite colorful, though there's just too much brightness. So I need to really ease myself into that. So, maybe one day, but not today. But yeah, so instead, I just kind of decided to make them, instead of closer to Romanian style, I'll make them closer to the supernatural style. So that's how I ended up doing these Ravenwood townhouses. Now, it's been a second since I've done a townhouse. I'm quite used to doing apartment buildings. So when I got to dip my toes back into doing townhouses, it's like, oh, I am coming home. This is me coming home. So yeah, I was really excited with the prospects of it. And I knew in my head, like, okay, I tell a little bit of a fib. This is I think it's a Neapolitan. The architecture of these supernatural Ravenwood townhouses is slightly inspired of a Romanian I think it's Neapolitan. I'm not too sure. It's like neo-something architecture. And that's the reason why I decided to use that, is that when I researched Romanian townhouses, I saw the brightly colored ones, but then I also saw this other, like, more similar, like kind of grungy brick kind of townhouses. And I was like, this is really cool. And then when I looked closer at the windows and the columns and everything, I was like, this is one-to-one with what the Sims team created for us in the build buy section. So I was like, okay, I have to use this. I have to use this as inspo. So what I also saw a lot is that a lot of the houses were quite brightly colored. So they really love the like creams and red roofing, which I think the Sims team did quite well when it came to doing like the actual like urban town area looking kind of stuff. So I was like, I could try and make it look like that, because even the house that used to be here before I demolished it used to be that color as well. Even Dracula's castle is like those colors as well. So I was like, that maybe I could do that. And then I realized that I kind of want to do something a little bit more grungy, but then I will 100% try and honor more of the Romanian culture in my future build. So I'm trying to think about it, but I think I will potentially do maybe 3 more life and death pack centered builds before I really kind of divulge into other things. Because guys, when I tell you, I've had this like really serious urge, like serious urge to build an airplane recently. I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, I don't know what inspired it. I know what inspired it. I was on TikTok and I saw someone's live and they were building an airplane, and I was like, you know what? I've never explored that. I don't want to do that. I want to do the whole first class, business class, economy class, all of those classes, and then just make it look really, really cool. It's just such a different kind of vibe, but I'm really interested in doing it. And I know how I'm going to, like, what kind of lot type it's going to be. It's probably going to be is it going to be a cafe or is it going to, no, it's not going to be a cafe. It's going to be a restaurant. That's how I'll make it out of, how I'll make it functional. Everyone sits in the seat and it's almost like a restaurant and everything. And it's going to be so cool. So yeah, that's like one thing I've been really, really like determined into building. And what else have I been like really thinking about building lately? I think that's just, no, I've also been really thinking about doing something really inspired off of like, I've been watching a lot of house tours. Ignore that, someone's at the door. I've been watching a lot of house tours. Is this, I might save in my game again in the middle of recording. It's like I don't have a stop button. But, yeah, so I've been like watching a lot of house tours, specifically of a lot of like very like upper class people within New York and London and stuff like that, and their townhouses. And I originally was going to even like try and do, I think the white one, you can like implement that, but you can implement some of that, like the upper class, how they decorate their homes. But I wanted to do that for the marine one, because that's the one that I show you guys in the cinematic intro, and the house tour, that's the one I decided to like decorate extensively. I say extensively, very lightly. I'll come back to that in a second. So I've been really wanted to do those townhouses, but then I was like, wait, where you are? God, why did I say it like that? You know the trend. But I've really wanted to do that kind of like interior design. It's quite eclectic almost. Like it's very like mid-century, but very light. It's almost, if you were to tell me, and I didn't know, I would say it looks kind of like 2005, kind of futurist and minimalism kind of thing. So you've got like your metal, your lime metals and your red thing. Like I know which packs I would use to decorate the interior. We know CC. I would use Loft 100%. I would use Tiny Living, and I would use Growing Together, and I would use our Dream Home Decorator, and I would just use like the neon colors of that and stuff like that. Oh my god, sorry, I just poked the mic because I just went straight into the mic. But anyway, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was talking about how I 90 decorated them. So as always, I normally decorate only decorate one unit per multi-residential I do, because I'll be absolutely burnt out if I decorated all of the units, except for the one time I did that Yorkshire Dale Village. I decorated every single house, all 3-bedroomed houses, and then there were like 3, and I also fully decorated the apartment because I really love that build, and I would love it so much if you guys check that out. But yeah, that's the only time I've ever like fully decorated all of the units. Normally I just decorate one year. Oh, it also I did for a cyberpunk city. I decorated all of the units for that, but that was like base. Like none of it was like fully like had an individual story. I also fully decorated I fully decorate the biggest builds I have, except for the Utopia City. I didn't fully decorate that, but beyond that, I normally just fully decorate all of the Do you know what I just forgot? I forgot. Okay, this is me not shouting out the video because I know I talk about it every single video. Gotham City. I forgot. I haven't fully decorated that. And now I'm really intrigued into building that because I've been really into watching like little videos of Suits. I need to stop spiking the mic like that. I'm so sorry. I've been really into watching videos of Suits and stuff like that. I've been avoiding, I haven't been on TikTok at all today because of, reasons. I'm not going on that. I know I'm just going to get a headache if I go in it. But I really want to go back and see more Suits content. I wish there was like some kind of like, there might be, and I might just not be aware of it. But I wish there was some kind of like, do you know if you're a YouTuber, you can type in a certain word that you don't want to ever appear in your comment section? So you can say, if I say, I don't want red to appear in my comment section, anything involving the word red, it would just like fill it out so I won't have to see it. I kind of want to do that on my TikTok feed because I just know I'm not going to like what I see when I go in there. But the problem is that I feel like if I try and exclude myself from things going on, I'm no better than the people I don't particularly like. I need to involve myself in spaces that will make me feel uncomfortable. It's just, I don't want to. I've got a headache. I've got things to do and it's going to stress me out. But I think I will, not today though. maybe like next week. Not this is gonna be how I like get off my TikTok addiction. I just avoid my For You page, because my Instagram page, one of my many Instagrams, but my private one, which is literally followed by no one but me, where I get to just explore and do different creative aspects of myself. Like, I imagine like I'm a mini influencer to myself on that page. My For You page on that, or my feed, is purely cooking recipes, what I eat in a day, and home decorates and stuff. And that is like half of my favorite kind of things I like to watch on TikTok. The other half is obviously Sims videos. I love watching like different types of Sims videos, particularly like vlogs and stuff like that, when people get really creative with it. I also like watching stuff to do with film and cinematics, and I love fan edits and stuff like that, and book recommendations. Like, if I could just have that all, and okay, then the occasional like funny video, like out of nowhere, like the randomness, the randomest of videos out of nowhere. That's my TikTok feed. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of stuff to do with states recently, and I was just like, man, I'm feeling New York. I'm feeling New Yorker. And I was like, where have I got, I know we've got Sam and Sheena, but I want something gritty, like truly, like, I want to go Brooklyn vibes. And then I was like, oh, I know what I can find, because San Marino is not Brooklyn. Like, again, I haven't been to Brooklyn, so I can't tell you, but it's not Brooklyn. Like, I don't think there's any city that looks like San Marino. San Marino is just far too pristine. Like, even London, like, I know you guys, I've been to London. You guys would think of London, you're like, oh, I can imagine like Buckingham Palace and all that kind of stuff. It's still very gritty. Like, cities are gritty. They're not cities, especially like New York and stuff. I imagine they're gritty because you've got a lot of cars going in and out of these areas. And the same with London, you've got a lot of cars and a lot of buses going out in and out of this area. And you've got a huge population in a really confined space. There's going to be a lot of walking, a lot of shows of human activity. It's going to be gritty. And San Marino is not that. San Marino is like what New York wants to be. It wants to be clean, but it's not that clean. So I just want the grittiness of like Brooklyn, Manhattan, that kind of vibe. But not Manhattan, because it's the houses, Gotham City itself. It's not built in a way that it's like these luxury penthouses and stuff like that. It's more of like just general normal apartments kind of vibes. So that's kind of what I want to do, and that's kind of what I'm feeling. So that's why I'm feeling it's also this kitchen you see me making is completely different from the intro, because my game crashed. Not because, I don't think it was because of The Sims. I can tell the difference between this. Actually, I can't, because I'm thinking now, I think this time when it did crash with this kitchen, it was because of The Sims, but then it crashed again when I was saving my living room, because it normally crashes when I'm saving something, and it crashed when I was saving my living room. But that time, that's just because my external device decided to just not connect in the middle of it. And you know what, it was disappointing, but I got to make a better kitchen out of it, so I'm happy. And with my external device, I have bought a new one. So hopefully this time I won't need to worry about things crashing in my game and having my laptop at a specific angle as I'm playing, so it doesn't suddenly disconnect and shut everything down. Because it happens occasionally when I build. It's the reason why I build rooms and save room by room. So every single time I build a room, I end the recording, I save it, and I continue on, because there was one time where I decorated the entire floor of a house and it just suddenly shut down, and it made me so upset I didn't touch the game for like a week. So yeah. But anyway, enough of talking about my love of suits and my love of everything like that. I want to talk about why I decided to do this townhouse. Now, first of all, can we just talk about how much this townhouse is giving nostalgia? I feel nostalgic. I'm looking at this and I'm like, I grew up here. I didn't, but like, I didn't grow up in the townhouse, but it's like, I grew up here. And what I wanted to do when making these townhouses is just, I really wanted to explore the very lived in experience. I imagine all these townhouses, when I've been building Ravenwood recently, I've been imagining that all these types of houses, the Romanian apartment building, the funeral home, I've imagined that all these places are either been lived in for the last 50 years, or they've been like lived in by like older couples who've passed away and the new tenants have moved in. So in the funeral home, I imagined an old married couple had a child. They lived there. Everything died. The child moved out. The grandparents passed away. And then that's when Bridget and Austin moved in. And if you don't know about Bridget and Austin, why don't you go and watch my funeral home and apartment video to know a bit about them. And then what I also imagined with the Romanian apartment building is that is where, I forgot what the mother's called. I'm just going to call it Christy. It always comes back to Christy when I can't remember someone's name. But I just imagine where the mother Christy has lived there for like the last 50 years. So that's why it's a bit more lived in. And this building, this townhouse, these townhouses, the first one, the dark one, I imagine that the resident lived there, passed away there. I believe they could be haunted. It could be haunted. And then this one that I'm building, I imagine that the residents also lived here for a long time, but they had to quickly disappear for whatever reason. And then the new resident here, which I forgot, what is her name? What is anyone's name here? She moved in here with her daughter when her daughter was quite young, actually. She moved in here with her daughter when she was quite young and her husband, and they just been kind of chilling here and for a long time, but they haven't really changed up a lot of things. Like they've added little elements, but they kind of kept all the furniture the same because again, the couple just disappeared out of nowhere. So all the furniture was just stayed here. And that explains why there's a toddler's room, even though there's no toddler here. And yeah, so that's how I imagine this house. And the last one, I imagine that's potentially being in the middle of renovation and stuff. I hate the white one. I hate the white townhouse so much. The way it is, just the floor plan and everything. But the problem is what happens when I have to make townhouses a medium wall height and I don't have that much space to actually like properly extend it, because the middle one already has a very small garden. I couldn't put another really small garden in the white townhouse, so I had to make it a bit more confined. Because the problem is, not the problem, the inspiration is that obviously I was inspired off of Pinterest on Romanian townhouses. But then I told you guys in the previous video that I really, really, really love these counters and cabinets more than any counter and cabinet we've ever had in The Sims. And I really wanted to explore the idea of making it look like the fridge is like built into the cabinet space. So that's why the kitchen looks like the kitchen is my favorite. Like I'm always talking about how the kitchen is my favorite aspect of all my builds, but really and truly the kitchen is my absolute. This kitchen feels so homey in the way that it feels like, do you know those old cooking videos on TV? And they're not really old, I think they still do them. But those cooking videos on TV where you see, I don't know, I can only think of one person and she's not on TV, but, there's this chocolate cake recipe that I follow. Is my favorite chocolate cake. You get the most moist chocolate cake ever. It's called a simple chocolate cake by The Joy of Baking. And I've been watching her video ever since she's posted it. So I think it's like 10 years old now, even more than that, actually. And I've been watching the videos for the long time for that specific chocolate cake. Like most of the viewership for that chocolate cake is because I'm always coming back to her because I'm always looking at a moist chocolate cake. And the kitchen just kind of reminds me of someone who would have done like cooking videos in that kind of kitchen. It just seems so American, but not like new American, which is weird because again, it is Romania, but Romanian architecture in these townhouses, what I've seen has been either similar to the apartment or it's been like very like bougie, like very rich, very like you cannot even afford to look at it, let alone step inside it kind of vibes. And that's how I originally imagined the white one, but then I get in space. So it makes me feel like I kind of want to do another, like I want to do like a proper rich Romanian house to really show the luxuries that come with Romanian architecture. But yeah, that's what I was, oh sorry, I hit the mic. But that's what I was really inspired by, and that's why I decided to make these townhouses. But I'm going to talk about The Sims really quickly because the video going to end very, very soon because I'm on the bathroom. The Sims that live here, obviously I told you about them moving in and stuff. What is it called when you use spectacles? Like oh my God, what is it called? When you like, you don't know if you believe in them or not. You know what? I'm going to kick myself later when I do remember the word. But that's what they are. They're not like the macabre ones. The daughter is macabre, and they're not like the other Sims that are macabre. The mother does not truly believe in the supernatural or ghosts and stuff. So she's a bit whatever that word is. She's a bit like, she doesn't really know she trusts it. So she's kind of like an investigator. Like that's why her office has the investigator things in the background. She's like, there's weird things going on in this town and I want to figure it out, but I don't think it's ghosts. I think all of you all are lying when you say it's ghosts, and that's the kind of vibe that she has. But yeah, so I feel like I think this is the completion of all the characters that I've added in for my Call the Raven Let's Play. And yeah, hopefully I can get that Let's Play out soon. It's going to be a short one. It's going to be like 5 episodes because I've never done a long one and I don't plan to do that as my first one. But yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah. Oh gosh, that was very chaotic near the end, and look how cute that kitchen is. No, just really admire how cute that kitchen is. I'm gonna be remaking this kitchen in a bigger house in the future, just so you guys are aware of that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, but if you don't want to, that's also okay. I appreciate you staying this long and listening to all of my ramblings. Also, don't forget to leave a comment down below. I read all of your comments, the more the merrier. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.